Hello boys and girls, welcome back to HFoG's World. Yeah, welcome back. So last time we completed that and then we went through the nether and we actually fought a wither. I've set up a beacon right in there so that I can speed up my mining. I'm using haste to do some really good mining. But yeah, we went back through the nether, went and visited the Season 1 builds, but it didn't stay very long. Mostly I just wanted to set up a route back there, and that was enough for now. One thing that I've noticed, though, is, oh boy, that is quite a distance. And in order for me to get between there and here in anything approaching a hurry, I'm going to need some better transport. Because, I'm sorry, but Misty just ain't cutting it. Why am I losing health? That is a fun little bug. I don't like that any. Interesting. Sitting on the cows, I'm losing health. Huh. Does that always happen when I'm here? I don't know. That's very strange. Whatever. Interesting. I'm not losing it now. Just losing my marbles, that's all. Okay, anyway, so getting between here and that other base takes forever. It's quite a long ways away, and Misty is, well, to be honest, Misty's not the best horse. Misty's a little slow. We need something better. But in order to figure out how to get a better horse, well, we're going to need to do some experimentation. And in order to do that, we need something that we can use to time them. So I thought we'd spend a day and build a little bit of, build a horse timer. You know, kind of an Ethonian style horse track. So we're going to build a starting gate over there and a finish gate over there. And these are 40 blocks apart between there and there. And we'll just time how long it takes the horses to travel 40 blocks. And in order to do that, though, we need to build a timer. And this is the center of those 40 blocks. Well, 41 blocks if you figure, start to finish. But since, of course, we're going to use tripwires to time the start and the finish, the tripwires are halfway, at the halfway point. So it will measure 40. But this is and by halfway point, I mean halfway between the blocks. But, yeah, so it's 40 blocks from there to there. This is the 20 block mark, and this is where my center is going to be. And I'm going to build, let's see, I want some stone for this part of the build. And I want, well, let's just grab a bunch of stuff here. We'll grab some of these. We're going to need some of these. Let's just, yeah. Ought to be good for now. So what we're going to do, I'm going to start, I think this is going to be the start of it all right there. I need a button as well. Yeah, we can start with just a single button right here. This is going to be a reset button right there. This is going to reset our timer. So this timer design is kind of similar to one of the ones that Etho built on the Minecraft server. But I'm going to build a little differently. I'm going to kind of use it's my own design, but it's kind of based on similar concepts. So, if it looks familiar, well, don't be surprised. It probably should look familiar to you. Lots of people have built these, so, once again, I don't claim any major originality here, other than, yeah, it's my design, but not my original idea, of course. So let's get cracking. I'm going to need to excavate a little bit of a space here for this guy, and in fact, I'm not entirely sure how far over I need to go. I think it's about 10 in each direction or so. Right. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. This is where this guy's going to go. He's going to come off of there through a repeater, and now we're going into the block. Block and like this. There we go. Now we've got it, and we need the comparator. Comparator that way. And you and you and you and you and you. And you'll see if when I push this button, it lights up and it slowly decays. And that decay lasts at least a second, which is what we want. So now let's go ahead and build a little bit more back here. Got to remember how this goes. Let's see. If I remember correctly, I want you to go into another block right here, like that. And then off the back of this block, we're going to hang a piston, a sticky piston. Need you. Thank you. Thank you. Very nice. Very nice. Don't need you anymore. You can come back. Alrighty. So sticky piston hangs off the back. Sticky piston uses you and you. And I believe sticky piston has, let's see, a torch underneath him. Right there, so that the piston's extended like thusly. Did I do that right? Did I do that correctly? I may have opened it up too far again. In fact, I did. I didn't need to open that back up. I was right the first time. This actually can be closed off. We'll go ahead and, I don't need to do it, but I'm going to go ahead and close it off because it's going to make it a little easier for that grass to grow back, and it's going to make it easier for me to maneuver back here. So give me a second. I always do that, you know. I think I got it one way, and then I second guess myself, and then I realized, oh, nope, I had it right to begin with. I'm sure many of you can relate to that. So we got that guy in place. And we'll replace you like that. And that guy will grow some grass back. And in the meantime, we can build. I think I've got that correct now. Right? Okay, give me a second to check my notes here. Nope. See, I messed up one more time. Yeah, he needed to be back one. Dang it. You are going here. Like that. And you go here. And now we can replace this dirt. And this is why I was thinking 3 wide, because this guy is only 3 wide. But I had the wrong 3. All right, here's what we do next. Give me you. We are going to build off of here. Don't need you. Actually, I want to go either side, so I guess I will leave you for a second. There we go. And let me see. I got to count this off. This is going how many in this direction? 7, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 in that direction. Is that right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then going the other way, it's let me count this. 1. Sure. How far this way? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This way, I think. I think it's 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, unless I am mistaken. Okay, this has redstone running all along the top. And then when we come over here, we're going to put a repeater. And redstone running all the way along here. And off the back, we put you and you, and we come back here like that, put you on that, and a couple of these guys, which will lock that one of these guys, which will lock that repeater for now, but in a minute we're going to fix it so it's unlocked. Yep, that's correct. Okay, so we're going to come off of here with a block here like this, and then off of here. This gets a comparator into there, And this gets a couple of redstone like that. And let's go back to the box for some more stuff. We need a couple of droppers. A couple of these guys. So what we're going to build here is we're going to use a couple of droppers to build like that. We're going to build an RS NOR latch out of droppers. Now in order to make this work, we need something in here that will tell this comparator to send a signal that's longer than those two. And that means we need something like probably a wooden sword would be the best choice. So let's get one of those going here. Pop you in here. Oh, I only needed one, but that's okay. There we go. We'll come over here, and you'll see if I put a wooden sword in here, that unlocks the repeater lock. So if I take the wooden sword out, now it's locked. If I put the wooden sword in, now it's unlocked. That's exactly what we want right there. Notice that because this is a half slab and pointing in that direction, it does not interfere with the operation of this piston right here. So now we need to finish this guy up. And in order to do that, we're going to do a couple of things. First, we're going to come down here and we're going to build a block right here with a torch underneath it, just like that. And we're going to take from our reset line right here, and we're going to just wire it right up to this block. So in order to keep things kind of pretty, I think I'm going to do a little bit of excavation here, just because I like to use blocks other than dirt when I'm doing stuff like this. Boop, just like that. Look at that. That torch should be off now, and it is. I like to use something other than dirt there because that way I can remind myself of where I've built, and I don't have to worry about nasty things happening like accidentally excavating things that are important. So there you go. There's that guy. Now this guy comes into a block like this, and we're going to build a little bit of a torch tower up like this into another block, and then into a vertical torch right here. And we'll be building up on top of this guy later. This guy right here, though, he needs to be powered. Let's see, do I really want to do it that way, or do I want to come off this way? No, that's how I want to do it. Pretty sure that's how I want to do it. Okay, so in order to make this guy work, he needs something like this. And he needs, let's put a repeater here. Right here. Like that. And we're going to wire him off of this guy right here. Where'd you come from? Oh, look at that. It's night. See, I get so busy working, I forget what time it is. Doop. Hopefully nobody else will come after me. Yeah, we're good. I always lose track of the time. Okay. This block right there, this is going to be right here. This is going to be one of the input blocks right there. Okay. This is the stop line. All right, so this is our stop line. We need our start line. The start line comes from over the other side. It's going to come in right about there. And in order to make this work, we come over here. We're going to put a repeater on that. Whoops, get back here, you. What do you think you're doing? Put a repeater right on here. Leave it at the default. And underneath here, we're going to put a piston. Sticky piston. Doesn't have to be a sticky piston, actually. This could be just a regular piston with some sand on it. But I'm going to use a sticky piston because I can. And we're going to come right into here. We're going to build a little power ladder up like this. And like this. Boop, boop, and a boop. And what this is an injector. So let me demonstrate this real quick. Why not? Come here, Lucky. So having reset this, I can come through here and that will trigger the start. Boom, just like that. And when we come over here, that triggers the end. Now we have some other stuff that we have to do to get this all working. Let's see, that should turn that on. Okay. Great. When I trigger the end, this should come on right here. And look at that, it does. Okay, good. Perfect. All right, we're ready to build some more. So now that we've got this done, we come back here. We're going to put a block here, like that. And this guy is going to come up right off into there. So let's get this ready to go. I want those blocks. I want them right now. Come back here. Actually, I need to get a lot more, and I need to get some more redstone. So give me a bunch more redstone. I need a bunch of repeaters. I've got that. I need a bunch of materials for blocks. That should be enough for now. So we come back in here, and we're going to build this guy right over here, like this. Block, repeater. And we're going to do block, repeater all the way around here, just like this. When we're done, we should have a row, whoops. We should have a row of 9 blocks and repeaters all across the top with, I think there is an extra block, if I'm not mistaken, off the back. Right here, I put a repeater with a block, unless I counted this incorrectly. Let me double check that in a second. For now, let's come off the back of this so I can go block. We need to sleep again. Let's do that quickly before the mobs come. Okay, we need another torch right off of there. And we need redstone right there. So this block is, this repeater will power this block, which will power that redstone. I can go ahead and remove all of these extra half slabs from under the blocks. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. That'll save me a little bit of a material cost, since they're not holding anything up and they're not really important to the build. We'll come and collect all these. Boop. Let me get you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Come, come, come. Come to me, my little half slabs. Thank you very much. I like it, yes. Then we're going to pull these out like this, because we're going to put some repeaters on these. Right there. And then this guy comes back like this. All the way back. All the way back. All the way. That needs to be a full block, not just a top slab. And the reason we want it to be a full block is because this torch right there needs to power that block. And you will see why in just a minute. Come up here. Okay. So now we do this. And this guy is a block, but all of these guys, boop, 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 and a full slab there as well lights that one. We can remove this block. And likewise, we can remove this block. And that's important because when this piston extends, it needs somewhere to go, and it's going right into that little hole right there. If we didn't remove that top slab, then we would pushing up in here would wreck the machine, and we don't want that. That would be bad. I don't like it when I wreck things that way. Okay. All right, so what we have here is we have a whole bunch of locked repeaters all in a loop. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to put these guys on all of these. I'm going to do 9 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Whoops, I fell. 7, 8. There should be 9 altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and this one makes 9. Okay, now when I hit reset, that retracts, just like that. Now if I hit start, that's going to send a pulse down this line, trip this monostable circuit, which is what that piston is for, sending a single tick pulse up and through here in a big circle. Now, because there are 10 repeaters in this circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 10 repeaters in the circle means it takes exactly 1 second, because each redstone tick is 1/10 of a second. It takes exactly 1 second for that signal to get all the way around this loop. When I trip this, it's going to fire that latch right there, which will cause this signal to drop, turning that on, locking all the repeaters up top, and locking this repeater as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's give it a try. Hit this one. It should be going around in a loop. Look at that, it is. Now you may say, well, wait a minute, there's only 9 lamps. Don't we need a lamp down below? Well, actually we don't, because we're going to add something that'll count seconds up at the top. And this is tenths of a second. And if there's no lamp lit, then we don't have any tenths of a second. And that's the even seconds. So when that happens, when I hit this, that should stop somewhere. And there it is. Now, there is a little bit of lag between when you trip this and when that stops. But that's okay. We've compensated for that over here with these repeaters right here. That's exactly why we put these 5 ticks in here, because we need these 5 ticks here to slow down the ignition of the machine exactly by exactly the same amount as that slows down the stopping of the machine. And you'll see when I hit the reset button, it'll reset that latch right there, and those guys go away. And the reason they go away is because when we reset the latch, it turns off the repeater locks, which allows the signal to continue around, but it also retracts this piston. So when that signal comes all the way around here, this repeater is pointing into nothing, and the signal dies, goes away, all the lamps are left off. There you go. Simple as that. So now what we need to do is we need to build the mechanism for counting the seconds. All right, counting the seconds. That's where all this comes into play. We need a block right here. We need a block right next to it. We're going to build a couple of top slabs coming off into it. For now, we'll go ahead and do that. Right there, collect you. All right. Now we need a repeater that comes off of here into that block, just like that, set to 1 tick. Now you may ask, what's this torch for? Well, I'll show you. We're going to put another repeater here and set that to, I think, 3 ticks? Or is it 2? Let me think. I think 3. Yep, 3. And we're going to put a couple of torches on top of here. One there, one there. Climb back up to the top. Right here. And we're going to put block and block just like that. And these guys get that, I believe. Yep. Yes, indeed. Okay. Now I'm going to put a little piece of that there for now. But what I really want is that. Just like this. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to build a counter up on the top. Out to here. And we're going to come back in here like this. And we're going to put a couple of repeaters here. This one is set to 1 tick. This repeater will be set to 2 or 3. I think 2. 2. 2 indeed. Okay. And then we're going to put a block behind this, and we're going to put a block there, right like that, with a repeater on it. Now, this should look familiar. We're going to do the same kind of block repeater thing we did on the other side. Give me you. All right, now when we get to the end, we don't need to go any farther. What we do need to do here, though, we can only go so far with this redstone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's about as far as we're going to be able to go with a redstone signal. So we have to put a repeater here. Now, some of you may think that causes a problem because it adds a 1-tick delay here. I'm here to tell you it doesn't, and I'll show you why in a minute. But give me a minute to get this all together. We've got to put some lamps up here, so let's do that. We need 9 more lamps, just like we had back there, just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so this mechanism right here, this creates a pulse. This is a pulse emitter. And the way this works is, because this is 1 tick behind that, when this guy drops, that's going to let 1 tick come through here and pass to the next block. Okay, and you can see that if I quickly break this and replace it, you'll see that it... Well, I'm not doing a very good job of doing it quick. That's my problem. Can't do it fast enough. There we go. You can see it lets 1 tick through to that lamp right there. And that will let these... So what will happen is every time we pulse this right here, every time these guys pulse, that will let another one through. This down here is the reset line for that. And let me show you how that works. When I hit reset, it's going to leave this guy up there on long enough for this pulse to go all the way down to the end. And then it clears out. So now when I hit this, it's going to start counting, and you'll see those will count up 1 every time it goes through. Well, it would have if I'd hooked it up properly, which I obviously have not done. So let's go ahead and make sure we've got it hooked up properly, because clearly I do not. Nope, sure don't. Sure don't. Well, actually I should. So what have I done wrong here? Right. Okay, I figured it out. This guy here, he needs to be 2 ticks. 1 tick. The problem is we've got a 1-tick pulse cycling around here, and a 1-tick pulse is too fast for a torch to flash. So we need to extend it. So we need a 2-tick pulse right here so that this guy will stay off long enough to let that pulse through up there. So this guy should work now. Let's go ahead and reset it. And this should start the counter. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And at that point, it'll just stop. But that's okay. It only counts to 9. It counts just short of 10 seconds. It'll count to 9.9. But there are no horses in the game slow enough to take nearly 10 seconds to go from there to there. So that's plenty good enough. So we're actually ready to test this thing. So let's go ahead and hit this reset. Let me get on the horse, and we'll see how fast Lucky is here. So we want to give it a little bit of space. Come run through. That starts it. That stops it. So it took us 4.2 seconds to go from there to there. And that means that Lucky's actually not a terribly fast horse, which is something that I kind of already suspected. But, you know, it's good to know. We'll go looking for a faster one here later. Lucky's been doing fine for where we are, though. So let's go ahead and do it again. See if we get some consistent results. Yep, 4.2. It's consistent. So there we go. So the next step will be to enclose all of this in a nice little billboard style thing so that we can read it and have it look nice and be all pretty. And that will be my next job. And when I'm done with that, then I'll show you what I've got and we'll talk about it. Well, hey guys, welcome back. I've done a little work. Look at that, it's looking good, huh? It's looking good. I haven't quite finished everything, but it's close enough. It's good enough to test, that's for sure. So let's go ahead and do a test run. I'm on Lucky here. Lucky's a pretty decent horse. He's not terribly fast, but you know, he gets the job done. So there you go. 4.1 seconds. That's not too shabby. But I think we can do a little better. Let's yeah, get in there. The pen's getting a little full. Oh, this guy feels a little bit faster. Let's try him. Oh yeah, he's doing all right. You ready? Oh yeah, he's pretty good. 3.8. 3.8 is mighty fast. But I think we can do even better. Get in there. Oh, as the sun's going down, let's do one more. Oh, I have a good feeling about this one. This guy might need a good run-up. Oh, yeah. 3 seconds flat. That's pretty good. Can we do any better? I like this horse. Oh, I like this one. Again, 3 seconds flat. I don't think we're going to get a whole lot faster than this. When I was experimenting in creative mode, I had one that did, I think, 2.7 or 2.8. But they get progressively more difficult to get faster and faster. I think this is the one, guys. I think this is the one. So this is going to be our horse for shuttling back and forth between the two bases. Because, boy, this guy is speedy. He is really quick. I'm going to have to do some breeding, too. Oh, he moves. So anyway, this is all we have time for today, guys. Woo, hello, little guy. I can outrun the little zombies. This is all we have time for today, guys. I hope you liked it. If you liked this episode, please subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up. Tell everybody what you saw. Tell everybody how awesome it was. And I will talk to you all. Oh, 2.9. Oh, yeah. And I will talk to you all again next time, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later, guys. Bye-bye.